adjustments here. I've got so much junk in this studio. So I'm still putting... Hello. Okay. We're live. Welcome to the December live stream right here with the Angler Files.
It's his birthday. What?
Okay, yeah, it's my birthday today. And you're wearing a Christmas shirt? What does it say? Don't stop believing in Santa?
Yes.
Basically, don't stop believing in any bearded guy. There's Doug. Hey. Doug, happy birthday to you as well. So just so everybody knows, every year we normally do the big birthday session. I cannot be on the bank today. However, it is also his birthday, so we're kind of doing a joint celebration. He's fishing for us. I will let you know that the birthday session did actually happen yesterday. Dave and I were able to get out and do a little bit of trout fishing for our annual birthday session. Fish were caught. That video will go live Christmas Day. It just so happens that Christmas is a video release week. So the annual birthday session / Christmas special from the Angler Files will go live with me and Dave on Christmas Day. So look forward to that one. Zane has joined me for the first few minutes here in a hat that I just recently purchased from Tilly, tilly.com. And it actually really suits you, dude.
Yes, it does.
But it's not your hat.
Yes, I know. It's yours.
Are you hitting things? Are you knocking stuff over?
No.
Okay. So, am I going to get my hat back? No, I'm not going to wear it right now. But we're just going to put that up back here where it goes for now. Okay. Maybe I might end up having to give you that Tilly hat and get my own. You get your garbage out of here. So, hang on. Say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
So, while we continue this live stream, you're going to go upstairs and watch TV? Probably play your Switch?
Yeah.
Okay. Beat it.
I need to turn my stuff first before I go.
Santa is out there somewhere. Absolutely. Okay, are you done? Scram. What a turd that kid is sometimes. 334 Outdoors, greetings. Great to have you here. Nice to see Dave's chimed in. I know there's a few other people that are wanting to chime in and watch, but they have other obligations today, so they can't. But we'll see if they make an appearance or not. Let's just see here. Really appreciate everybody who's taken the time to send messages through Instagram and Facebook about the birthday thing. Really appreciate it. Really feeling the love today. To be honest with you, I was woken up about 4 o'clock in the morning from my phone going just crazy, computer going crazy. People started over in the UK just sending the messages over, and it's been nonstop since. Doug, there's legit logs coming down the Grand River. Well, they say fish relate to structure. So I'm not going to say fish too close to those logs, but, fish close enough that you have a chance. Okay, you know what? It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's my birthday. I am going to celebrate right now. Look at that. Did I screw it up? Oh, so close. And not even a dribble over the rim. Perfection. Okay. Tressa A. Okay. That tells me that Zane just went upstairs and hopped on his mother's computer. Just wants to stir the pot, that kid. Watch your cartoons, Zane. Okay. Lots of stuff going on for the December live stream, our last live stream of 2021. Thank you all for joining in and being here. Again, if it wasn't for all of you guys, we wouldn't even do these every month. And this is kind of like my favorite part of the month, and one of my favorite things to do on the channel is have these live streams. That's why through the summertime we did a lot more live streams than we did actual videos. There's a little bit left in there. I'm just gonna let that sit for a moment. So yeah, Zane's going nuts there. 334 outdoors. It's 12 here, and I'm already mixing old fashioned eds. I don't know what that means. Okay, so yeah, December live stream, last of the year. Again, it's all because of you guys, and I really appreciate it. I love being able to have this interaction and have this fun with the chat going while we're live. As I mentioned, it's my birthday today. Really appreciate all the birthday messages. It's Doug's birthday today. Everybody send a birthday message to Doug, whether it be right here in the chat, on Instagram, on the Canadian Carp Society website. Just everybody flood his feeds with birthday messages. Cheers. One thing I am gonna throw in here right now, Doug, because it's your birthday, it's only fair you get a gift, right? Right here, I have a pot of banoffee pop-ups. So I have a subscription to Carp Fix. It's the subscription-based thing, kind of like Carpology that Daryl Peck has. I enjoy it. I ordered a mug and a toque, which I have somewhere else in here, from the website when I subscribed. And with my mug and toque, I got 2 pots of pop-ups. Well, I want one for myself. I don't need 2. So, Doug, you and I message through Instagram. Shoot me a message with an address to send these to, and these are yours. Happy birthday. My gift to you. Zane, stop playing with the computer, you weasel. I can hear him laughing up there as he's typing these things. So, yeah, those are to you, Doug. Shoot me a message on Instagram, and I will get them to the address you give me. Now, speaking of pop-ups, I'm not just giving away that one. That one's specific for Doug because it's his birthday and we share a birthday. Also, my cousin Leslie shares that today as a birthday. So happy birthday to her. I shot her a message first thing this morning. But speaking of pop-ups, I think you all know I have a bit of an issue. I have a bit of an obsession with pop-ups and hook baits, and I have a lot. Like, I have a ridiculous amount of pop-ups and wafters and just pots of hook baits. So, like, there's another one right now. Some mainline cell. These are pop-ups. You know, I catch with this stuff, but I buy more than I ever end up using. So, you know, I bought these probably this year. I probably wouldn't even get to be using them until last year. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. You know, just because I have so many others that I use. I have some banoffee wafters from mainline as well. So I've got, you know, dynamite baits, mainline. What else? I got a mountain of them here. I got some sticky baits ones. There's some dynamite tiger nut red ammo. There's some banoffee balanced wafters. Some pineapple seed from Munch Baits. Fruit salad from Hinders. I actually caught quite a few fish with these ones. These are really good. What's that? Beat and Anna booster spray with the matching Beat and Anna pop-ups, 12 mil brown ones. You know, I've got so many pots of pop-ups and booster sprays and wafters. It's more than I'm going to get to use. I love buying them and having them because I have this issue with constantly taking too much bait with me, hook baits, other bait options. And I really need to stream it down, narrow it down to be very specific. The sessions that I did that this year were my most productive sessions. The ones where I stuck to just one or two baits, or in the cases where I was using 3 rods, 3 different baits to wow, I don't know what happened there, but I choked on my own air. I think I'm talking too fast. Sorry. So yeah, the beer needs to fix that. Are we good? We'll see. We'll see if that happens again. So the sessions where I used 3 rods, one of my main things is to use 3 different hook baits, figure out a game plan. Don't die. Well, I didn't, but still early in the stream, right? Wow. Something is definitely going on. Wow. I have no idea what's going on here. My eyes are watering, sneezing, all of a sudden just out of nowhere. Oh, look at that. Wayne made it. Doug, thanks for sending that address. Anyway, as I was saying, I've messed up my mustache, and now the hairs are sticking up and poking me in the nose. That's just going to make me sneeze again. Anyway, the bottom line is I have way too many hook baits with me, way too many pop-ups, wafters, stuff like that. So I think what I'm going to do is in the January live stream, I'm going to come up with some sort of contest or something to do a giveaway. You know, not all these pots are full. Like this one's full, brand new. I don't think I've had more than 1 or 2 pop-ups out of it. Some of the pots are going to be, you know, there might be half a dozen out of it. Some of them might be half a pot of what's left. Like I think the where was it? There was a sticky baked one in here. What's that? Well, okay. Well, there's an example. There's the Shimano banana and pineapple 15 mil. There's half a pot there. I crushed on these, absolutely crushed on these, and then just stopped using them because I was using other ones, like the fruit salad from Hinders, right? You know, I just bounce around the XO Carp 15 mil pop-ups from Hinders. They're like a pink and white. You know, I used a couple of these, probably had fish on them, and then they fell in the bottom of the bag, and I was using other ones. So I had this issue of constantly buying tons and tons of pop-ups. I very, very rarely use a pot right to the end, unless it's like the, you know, the mainline pineapple ones or the IBs. You know, the ones that were always my go-tos. A lot of the pink ones that I was using, those pink bananas were absolutely insane. I caught so many fish with those. But moving forward, I have to stop taking so many baits. I want to be very streamlined, very specific with my bait choices, my hook bait choices. And next year, my baiting approach, hook baits, are all going to be very different. I started using something new this fall. And the first time out, I had a really quality fish with it. Second time out, again, really quality fish with it. Not necessarily going to get into what they are yet. You can wait for that. But I'm going to come up with some sort of contest of sorts. We're going to do a giveaway of all these old pop-ups that I have. And like I said, a lot of them are new. Some of them I've used a few out of the pot. So if you know there's a half pot, somebody's going to get extra, basically. But I think we're going to do a giveaway where 4 or 5 people are just going to get a whole bunch of my old pop-ups. You know, the jars that have one missing or haven't even been used, or, you know, they're half gone, just so that people can get them if they're going to use them, and it gets them out of my house in my tackle bag. So I haven't figured out how I'm going to do the contest yet, but we're going to have multiple winners. I'm going to ship them out at my own dime just to make sure that people get them. I don't mind spending the money to make sure people get them, and I don't care where in the world you are. If you're a follower of the Angler Files, there's going to be an opportunity for you in the January live stream to find out how to win a whole pile of pop-ups out of my collection. That little box right there. So this box here that you see me pulling all these pots out of, you know, that's probably 2/3 full. I have 3 other boxes just like that here in the basement, full of hook bait pots. And again, there's more here. There's some of my homemade ones right there. So actually, I think both of these towers here are full of pop-ups and stuff. So we're going to make sure that people have an opportunity in January to win a whole bunch of pop-ups and hook baits from me, all different brands. It won't be any specific brands that people are going to get. I'm just going to throw them all in a box to whoever the names are that we draw, and you guys are going to get the surprise. Gets them out of my house. It allows me the opportunity to focus on the plan for baiting that I have for next year. We will discuss that more next year as that develops. So keep that in mind. January, make sure you and everybody you know is in the live stream for opportunities to win, because I don't know why, I just feel this constant need to give back to you guys, because I really, really appreciate all the support you guys give the Angler Files. So let's see here. What do we have next on my list? Check, check, check. Make sure that Doug gets some pop-ups. Yep, check. Okay. I had a few messages the last couple days, and they did seem to be from people that don't normally interact in our chat. They are subscribers, they are followers of the Angler Files, but not people that really interact with us as a group. 2 separate messages from 2 separate people who asked about the CCS project I keep mentioning. So the project I've been doing for the Canadian Carp Society, that I've mentioned in the last couple of live streams, it was basically, I just kind of mentioned that I was working on it and then moved forward, and they wanted to know what it was. Well, I can't tell you. Okay. The Reef Robber, what's up? December Livestream, that's what's up. Doug, do pop-ups have a shelf life where they won't pop up anymore? Not that I've encountered. Some of them I have glugged with goo. So I think there's some Shimano squid octopus ones that I've glugged with like spicy squid goo. That will maybe affect their ability to pop up for very long. It might make them into wafters, but they're going to kick out attractors. Stuff like that I've glugged, that's going to go as well. So you're going to have opportunities for that too. So yeah, the Canadian Carp Society project that I've kind of mentioned that I was working on was taking up a lot of time. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because it's for Canadian Carp Society members. However, what I can say is that sometime in the next few weeks, if all goes well, that project will be announced as to what it is. And the members of the Canadian Carp Society, hopefully in January of 2022, will have this project released to them. And people who are actually members of the Canadian Carp Society will see what it is. And then the secret's out. So if you're not a member of the Canadian Carp Society, I don't know why, join. There's no reason not to. The wealth of information that's on there, the articles, the videos, the tutorials, the interaction on the actual website, it's all fantastic. And if you fish for carp in Ontario or any other province of Canada and you are not a member of the Canadian Carp Society, I'm just going to tell you right now, you are missing out. Bottom line. So for those of you who have asked about that project that I keep mentioning, next year, it's coming out in the new year for the Canadian Carp Society members only. Join up if you want to find out what it is. Okay, we're going to just keep knocking off this list because, you know, it's the end of the year. It's the last one of 2021. There's a lot of things that kind of happen throughout the course of the year. I filmed far less this year than I have any other year leading up to now, yet we've still maintained the schedule and we've not missed a single release date. Some of them kind of came out the late that day because I missed the time. I think there was maybe one that came out a day late. You know, it's usually because there's family things going on and I just couldn't get to it. Anywhere where I couldn't release an actual video, we tried to slip a live stream from the bank in place. Those went incredibly well and they were very, very well received. But one of the things that I did talk about all year was a bunch of product reviews. And I've only managed to get technically 2 done in one video, and that was for the Witchwood extricator rods and reels that I picked up in the spring. That particular video, people have loved it, loved the information that came through. Oh, look at that. Doug's telling Reef Robber that it's my birthday. Well, thanks, Doug. It's Doug's birthday, too. Don't just tell him about mine. Tell him about yours. Maybe you'll send gifts. I am. There, now we've just made him feel guilty and he has to send you something. So, yeah, we did the product review on the Witchwood rods and reels. Really enjoyed the feedback from everybody on that. Again, still to this point, those are an absolute pleasure to use. My last session out before yesterday was November 16th. I used my 10 footers and was able to get a beautiful 23 pounder on the bank with that in frigid temperatures. It was like -4 that morning and still managed a beautiful fish in a spot that Reg and I had been working on to be kind of like a winter campaign. We had invested a lot of bait over about a month to kind of work that spot ourselves, and you know, a lot of time and effort went into that. Unfortunately, some other people got wind of it, and it apparently became Bivy City for a few weeks in a row. So that kind of blew that plan all to hell. And now I have to come up with a different winter campaign idea. So I have a few spots in mind. Monday morning, I'm going to go out and give it a shot. The weather conditions that we're getting right now, that Doug is facing on the bank right now in southern Ontario, is not looking good for what my game plan is for Monday. But I'm going to do everything I can to get out for carp one more session before the end of the year. The very first day of the year, Dave and I put a carp on the bank. I really want to try and put a carp on the bank the last day of the year. So, kind of got off topic there again, but these reviews, the Witchwood rods and reels, we did complete that. The ones I have not yet completed, the Signet Quick Lock Pod Kit, I have not yet done that review video. There's one issue I have with that product. Everything else is absolutely amazing. So I will get to that done. I will get that done. I will get to that video. Another big purchase I had was a new tracker barrow that I purchased kind of at the end of summer, beginning of fall there. I think I got it at the end of August, beginning of September. I've used that 3 or 4 times now, and I will be using it potentially on Monday. So a review video is coming for that. The only reason that one's been held up is because I haven't put it over all the terrain that I want to. I've had it on, hard packed gravel. I've had it a little bit of muddy incline trails. There's just a few other areas that I need to take that in, and then I'll give you an accurate review on that product. Some other new items that you guys don't know about that I will be doing a product review on. For starters, these are some new items that I picked up. Whoa, hang on, that wasn't supposed to happen. For those of you that are members of the Canadian Carp Society, you will know that we have certain benefits as members. One of those benefits comes from a company called Olight, and this is a company that makes flashlights. I don't have any kind of partnership with them or anything like that. I don't get anything out of plugging their product. I found out about these items myself at the beginning of September when a friend of mine showed me some Olight products, and it blew me away. So one of the things that I have here, I did a small order of my own. They're pricey items, but I think they're worth it. So this particular product here is what's called the Olight Baton 3 wireless charger. Open that up, and there's this tiny little flashlight inside. It's got a little clip on it. You know, you can mount that to things or mount it to your hat. So this almost behaves as a headlamp as well. The brightest flashlights I think I've ever used. You can kick it up a notch. Turn off. It's absolutely incredible for this tiny little thing. So bright. I used this yesterday while Dave and I went down into the whirlpool, and it absolutely lit up the entire trail in the woods all the way down. We had zero issues. It was like walking down in daylight. It was incredible. And this just slides into the charging unit and charges. So you charge this once, and it will charge that flashlight from dead 3.7 times, something like that. I'll go into more detail when I actually do a product review on it, but it's incredibly impressive. And with that, because they do a bunch of deals and sales on their website all the time, got this little keychain version, and you just twist it and it goes on, which is bright enough. That's as bright as any other flashlight that I have. But you twist it a little bit more, and it kicks up a huge notch to be super bright. Very, very impressive products from Olight. I'm very, very pleased with them so far. So I'm going to do a product review on those. You kind of got a mini one here, but incredibly impressive products. Dave says, yeah, legit, that was crazy. It was insane how bright they are. Hopefully I'm not missing any of you guys chatting here. Wayne Smith, I really like that barrel. You're ready for an upgrade, sir. So that's definitely one to consider. Doug, it's knuckin' futz with the wind. I bet. That's why I'm inside and not outside. Actually, I'm inside because the missus is working and the kid's upstairs, and I don't want to take them out in this kind of weather, so we're just kicking back. Dave, I thought the helicopter was landing. Yeah, it really is that bright. So if you guys get the chance, check out the Olight website. If you're members of the Canadian Carp Society, go into your member benefits list and take a look. It's definitely worth checking out. Doug, how long does the charge last at full power? I don't know yet. I haven't been able to run it that long continuously yet to know. I've only used it a couple times, you know, around the house. I used it on the bank yesterday, but I've not had it out for a full night session yet. It's not the time of year we do that. So once I've been able to put it through its paces, then I'll have a more accurate piece of information for you. I don't know if it actually says, let's see here, specifications. If we crank it up to turbo, it says it'll go 75 minutes. That doesn't seem right. If it's on medium, it'll go like 8 hours, 7.5 to 8 hours. If you crank it right up, looks like it's going to go just over an hour, but you'll still be able to see 166 meters with the light. Yeah, I need to just actually get out and use it. Obviously, they're going to give you conservative guidelines on their packaging, just so that they don't mislead you. But everybody knows that products always, if they're good quality, will exceed what the conservative estimates are. So we're going to put it through its paces and do a proper review. There you go. Wayne just said he got 4 nights use without it running out. So the fact that the little charging pack will charge it multiple times as well, even if you burn through it, you know that you're definitely going to get some time out of it. So definitely some more reviews coming from Olight. My birthday gift. Might as well show you this now. I picked these up from Carp Kit because, well, it's Carp Kit, and I have a sick obsession with buying things from Simon. So I've been wanting some really light 9-foot rods. I love my Monster Carp Tackle 9-foot rod, but I'll tell you right now, the 2.75 test curve Monster Carp Tackle rod is a beast. As I've mentioned many times before, I've had huge fish over 30 pounds with them. Goldie had his PB of 36.15 with a 9-foot Monster Carp Tackle rod. We've spotted to 90 yards with a midi spot, no problem, with a Monster Carp Tackle 9-foot 2.7 test curve rod. It's a workhorse. It's a beast, and I will never trade that for anything. And that's why it's over there with the rest of the different rods. But as I'm getting more of these carp rods, I'm finding that they all have their different uses. So when I want a heavy duty 9-foot rod to go in somewhere to fish for big fish, I'm going to take my Monster rods. Now, Monster does do a slightly lighter version of their 9-foot rods, but again, because the power of their 9-foot rods are much stronger than the test curve listing. Dave uses the lighter one and loves it, but I wanted something even lighter. And I've just never really taken the time to kind of look into getting something really light. Just a second here. Looks like my buddy Nathan is shooting a message thinking I'm fishing, and I'm not. So I'm going to tell him to get his butt over here into the live stream. Okay. So yeah, Simon, he updates his website when he can and when new products come in. And I noticed that he had some Daiwa cross-cast extendable rods come in. And I was looking at them, and they're an incredible price. And I was dead set that I was going to get the lighter version, the really light 9-foot ones of the Daiwa cross-casts. I think it was like 3 or 4 days that I had been looking at these, putting them in my cart, taking them out of my cart, hemming and hawing of whether or not I should spend the money on more rods, especially this time of year when I'm really not going to get the chance to use them very much anyway. And what happens? I actually I got a screenshot from my buddy Wayne, who's in the chat there, and I realized that just a little bit below the new release window on the Carp Kit website, below those crosscast rods, were Daiwa Black Widow EXT rods. So I already use Black Widow rods. All my 12-footers are Black Widows. My spod rod, everything I have in 12-foot is Black Widow. And I thought, well, if there's Black Widow EXTs, maybe I can get some light action 9-footers in those. And the price is unbelievably right. It's like $20 or $30 less than the crosscast ones. So I was able to get the 2 of them for just over $100. I picked up 2. Well, my wife picked up 2 for me of the Daiwa 9-foot Black Widow EXT 2.7 test curve rods. Let me just get these out of here. So super, super light, but still quite a bit of backbone here. Let me just set this in front. This one out. So I did pick up 2 of these. Got the shrink wrap handle. I love cork. That's why my 10-footers have cork. But the idea of these is I'm going to be getting into tight spots. A lot of the tightest spots that I go into have, your average fish is not going to be much more than 10 or 15 pounds. But you're going to encounter some big fish from time to time. So there's the top half there. Then the bottom half extends out and then locks in place. Once they're put together, you have a full 9-foot rod. Very similar to the ones you see on Urban Banks and all those Nash videos where they have the Nash scopes. Pretty much every company now is doing an extendable rod. I know Sonic has an extendable one. I didn't even know Daiwa was doing one until I saw the cross casts on Carp Kit. Then obviously I saw the Black Widows right below it. But I picked up 2. And I'm super excited because I have probably half a dozen spots that I can think of right off the top of my head where I want to use these rods, and I think they're going to be absolutely perfect. Why did I pick up 2, you ask? Oh, what am I missing here? Nathan has us confused. Not sure. What's going on here? Oh my God, I got other chats going on. People are asking what time the live stream is. Well, it's now. Right now. Yeah, Galen. Yes, right now. Come on, get in here. Join in. Okay, so I picked up 2 of these rods. Now, in Ontario, thankfully, this past February, we were given permission that when carp fishing, as long as we followed the parameters in regards to bait, we could use up to 3 rods when fishing for carp. Why didn't I get 3 of these? Well, one, let's say I'm a dummy. Wayne pushed me, told me I should get 3. I didn't get 3. But there is a reason I didn't get 3. If you remember to our August live stream, and I was talking about the reels that I had been picking up, used reels, but reels that I wanted, you'll remember that I talked about these particular Daiwa SS Tournament 2600 whiskers that I picked up from my buddy Ben. They're well used, well loved. They've caught a lot of fish, and I intend to have them catch more. I only have 2 of these. So I've only bought 2 rods to go with these. So these rods were bought specifically to go with these reels. And these are going to be my 100% full-on mobile setup. So if I'm going to be going anywhere on a bicycle or I'm backpacking through the bush to get into a tight little spot, not too dissimilar from the spot that we've been fishing, Dave and I, at what we call Pine Point, getting all the gear in there has been a pain. And carrying a rod bag, even when it's just got the 10 footers, is tough, and I've gotten stuck. So I don't need to keep running 3 rods in a spot like that. These 9-foot EXTs are going to be absolutely perfect, not only because they're going to be more compact for me to get in, because this, when it's pieced down, is quite a bit shorter than my regular 9-foot rods when they're in 2 pieces. Quite a bit shorter. It's very, very noticeable. So I'm going to be able to go into these tight spots like that, use 2 rods, have some quality reels on them, know that I've got the backbone to handle some bigger fish, but the nice light playability to be able to handle those small ones in a little bit more of a fun manner. So there's going to be a proper rod review on these once I actually get out using them. Probably going to need to do a couple of different locations. So my winter spots, it's going to be kind of open because there's no foliage to deal with through the winter. But certainly sometime before next summer, we will have a proper rod review done on these rods, which will work out perfectly because I think the rod bag that I can put these in, Carp Kit's getting in the spring. So for anybody that's actually picking these rods up from Carp Kit, the rod bags will be coming in the spring. And I'll tell you right now, you're probably not going to find them in most other shops that you could order online. So just hold out. Simon's got them coming. Let's see here. Doug should have done a premiering post. I should have, but I was rushing. Let's see here. Wayne Smith, 3. Well, you know what? If Ben would have hooked me up with a 3rd reel, then I would have gotten 3 rods. But I'm not going to go out and buy a new version of that reel. I want to find one that's as old and beat up as that one. But 2 rods for most of my little exploring spots is going to be ideal. Anthony Russell, Saskatoon, leader of the Saskatchewan Carp Kings. Hello back. Thanks for joining in. Doug, gotta go. My ride is on its way. Well, at least you got it on the bank. Thanks for joining in, Doug. Again, happy birthday to you. Really appreciate you being here. You've sent me your address. I'm going to get these pop-ups out to you. So yeah, as far as the reviews go, still got at least 4 that are coming, and a few others that I'm kind of thinking about that I've got. I kind of got them on the back burner of a few other products, but we'll get to those more closer to spring. I want to try and get these done through the winter or early spring, so that when the next season starts, when everybody really gets going hard on carp next year for 2022, I get these reviews out so that if you guys want to get yourselves these products, you have the opportunity to get them to you, get them worked in before the fishing really kicks off. Okay. Well, another thing that's on my list comes in perfectly with Anthony Russell joining in from Saskatchewan. If you guys haven't seen it yet, you need to, as soon as this live stream's done, you need to basically just cancel your plans for the afternoon and go and check this out. Anthony got to be part of something incredible this past year, this past season, and the video just went live last week. That video is Prairie Banks. So Paul from Team Carp, if you guys aren't following him on YouTube, you don't know what you're missing yet. Okay. Team Carp put out a video recently called Prairie Banks. This, if you look at all the comments alone before you've even seen it, you will see people saying flat out, this is the best carp fishing video to come out of Canada to date. They are not wrong. Okay. This film, which is what it is, it's almost like a blog style film. Okay. Paul from Team Carp, Anthony from the Saskatchewan Carp Kings, and Ryan Ginter from Manitoba. If you don't know about big fishing in Manitoba, then you don't know who Ryan Ginter is. Look him up. This guy seriously catches big fish. The 3 of these gentlemen met up at Ryan's spot on Lake of the Prairies in Manitoba and proceeded to give Canadian carp fishing a spanking. Ridiculous numbers of fish. I think it was over 250 fish caught over the course of a week. Ridiculous numbers of 30-pounders up to 39 pounds. I'll just pause right there for you to just sit there and go, what? Okay, bottom line, Dave Pendlebury, you just hit the nail on the head. It's carp porn. If you love watching carp fishing content, I don't care where from, Canada, Europe, UK, the United States, if you just watch carp content, you are missing out if you've not seen Prairie Banks yet. It's incredible, bottom line. It's an incredible film. It's beautifully shot. It's the music and the pace of the film is wonderful. The camaraderie between the anglers on camera is wonderful. The fish are gorgeous. You get to see what they're doing, how they're doing it in the most subtle way, where it's not in your face. These are our rigs. This is what we're doing. It's a classy filmed vlog from an incredible session with 3 very, very talented anglers who got a serious memory that they're never going to let go of, and they've shared it all with us. So if you haven't, go over to YouTube after this live stream, not right now, after this live stream, pop over to YouTube, look up Team Carp, watch Prairie Banks, and yeah, you can thank me later. It's incredible. It's absolutely wonderful. Got to get out there. Anthony was part of that. He could tell you right off the bat. What was it? You started your session off with a 39-pounder? Yeah, it's every day on Lake of the Prairies, pretty much, isn't it? Certainly seems that way. Wonderful, wonderful film. I really, really suggest everybody watches that. So yeah, I mentioned earlier that the Christmas Day video, because Christmas Day just happens to fall on a video release day. Dave and I shot that yesterday. A little bit of trout fishing in the Niagara Whirlpool. It was a tough day. Last weekend and early in the week, water conditions were complete chocolate milk. Wind changed, cleared up. We didn't hit the killer day. Apparently that was Thursday. We were down there Friday. But fish were caught. A good time was had. And the cameras were rolling on us, the fish, and our silly hats. So Christmas Day, we do have a new video coming out fresh from the bank yesterday. So it's not like all the other ones that we still have in the bank from the spring. If you've got an extra few minutes on Christmas Day, check it out. If not, what's Boxing Day for? Boxing Day is watching carp videos, trout fishing videos, watching the angler files, watching prairie banks. That's another good day for that. Sit back with the family and watch it. But yeah, we have a Christmas special coming out on Christmas Day. So I'm looking forward to being able to put that together. I haven't even looked over the footage yet. Literally did it yesterday. Camera bag's right behind me. I'm going to be editing that tomorrow, and we'll get that out and ready for you Christmas Day. Now, before I go any further on my list, man, it's great to see all you guys in the chat. How is everybody? It's December. We're in the holiday season. We've all had an amazing season so far. I know a lot of you guys that have been chiming in because all of you guys are here for every live stream. Seriously, for me, it's been one of the best seasons I've had to date. How has it been for everybody else? Dave, those spring videos will be awesome viewing come January, man. Well, we've gone through a lot of the spring ones. We're kind of getting into early summer with what we have left. Actually, that was my next topic. Let's see here. So yeah, we do have vids left from filming this year. As I did mention earlier, probably the least amount of filming I've done this year than any other, yet we've still got everything to maintain our schedule. The new videos that we have, coupled with the live streams that come into play on the second Saturday of every month, videos will carry us right to the end of February. So anything that comes out in March will be brand new stuff that I've kind of filmed from now until then, unless something spectacular happens and we get a great video and I try to slip it in, and it might push some of the carp content back into the spring a little bit further. But yeah, we've got content to carry us right into just about March of 2022. So yeah, you guys are not going to have to worry about missing a video. The content is already ready to go and scheduled. Yeah, Anthony, outstanding season from start to finish. Pretty much everybody I've talked to has had like one of the best seasons yet. Some of the people have said that they haven't had the numbers that they've had before, but the quality of fish has been good. Or they haven't had the big fish or the numbers, but they learned more than any other year. So it just seems like overall, everybody's had a better season in general. Catch rates, enjoyability, educational. It just seems like everything's kind of fallen into place for this carp season. What's next season going to bring? How exciting is next year going to be? If this one was this good and everybody is this pumped at the end of the season, what's going to happen next year? I think it's only going to get better. I really do. Okay, what about the rest of you? How's your season gone? Mine's been fantastic. I've had a few big fish. I've had a lot of 28s. A lot of 28s this year. Only had the one fish over 30 pounds. But lots and lots of 27s and 28s this year. So not only did I have quality big fish, but I had serious numbers. I had a couple of 20 fish days in a few of the spots that I was at. Even with the 3 rods, I did still have blanks. It did happen, but those sessions I definitely learned something and I think pretty much all those blanks happened in spots that I had just opened up, just made. So those are spots that I'm going to be going back to. I did touch on it last month in our November live stream that I'm going to be kind of changing the way that I do film some of the videos for next year. Just simply because some of the hassles that we've had this year, spots that we put a lot of effort into, a lot of bait, a lot of time, which in turn creates a lot of money that have gone into what we're doing, only to find other people have enjoyed the rewards for our efforts. That happened a few times in the spring, happened again in the fall. I don't want to deal with that next year. It causes me unnecessary stress. And what makes it worse is that some people don't even realize that it's an issue. People are going to be how they are. Nothing we can do about that. All we can do is move forward. So I think I'm going to change up the way that I film next year. It's going to be less focused on the locations and more focused on what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and what the results are. So don't expect the great artsy shots of the location and the sunsets. But I think I'm going to go a little bit more technical and a little bit more off the beaten track next year, just to try and make sure that I'm staying in tune with putting the effort into what I'm trying to do. I'm going to have some goals. I'm going to set some objectives for next year, and I'm going to focus around those. The spots that I go to where we do kind of go over the whole location as part of what the film is going to be or the video is going to be, that will be part of why I'm doing what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm going to have a few campaigns, I think, next year, a lot of technical focus next year, and a lot of targets. I had one 30-pounder this year, one 30-pounder last year. I don't even think I had a 30 in 2019, 2018. No 30s, just the 140. And 2017, I think I had 5 or 6 30s. So I think I'm going to put some effort into targeting some bigger fish next year. See if I can actually up my 30 count. If that means I have to go with less numbers over the course of the year, so be it. But yeah, I'm going to change things up for next year, put a little bit more technical effort in, a little bit more focus on targets, campaigns, things like that. And don't worry, there's still going to be a lot of just silly videos of me being me and Dave giggling and, the typical amusing stuff that we do just for our own entertainment that just so happens to be enjoyed by you as well. Yeah, that's kind of how my 2022 is going to go. I want it to be stress-free and a little bit more focus-driven. Let's see, what else we got here? Dave Penbury, regret not getting out more. Got some satisfaction just baiting some weeks. Well, Dave, basically you turned what wasn't a spot into a spot, and you produced fish from 1 pound all the way up to 30 pounds. So even just this one spot that you did put some time into, you've had fantastic results for what time you did get out on the bank. Just remember that next year you will be out giggling a lot more with me. Doug, haven't had nearly the season as in the last 2 years. Wow. I'll be honest with you. You are the first person to tell me that you have not had the same kind of season or a better quality season overall. I certainly hope you had a little bit more enjoyment, a little bit more, learned a little bit more this year than previous years. But make next year better. Make next year awesome. Look at you. Were just out right now. You were out today enjoying some time in some horrible weather. Joining the live stream on our birthdays has been the highlight of my carping season this year. Well, thank you. I'm glad you could join us. The live streams aren't quite the same without you, Doug. And there's been a few, I think, where you kind of come in late, where I've had to mention early on that where's Doug? Why isn't Doug in here? You make the live streams better, Doug. Thank you. Thumbs up to you. Yeah, I can't tell you how much I'm excited for and looking forward to the 2022 carp fishing season. Between now and then, I'm going to try and get out and do a little bit more trout fishing because I didn't last year. One weird thing about yesterday was, I wanted to get out and I wanted to enjoy my trout fishing, and it was interesting to be out there and realize that I didn't really miss it. I've become so focused and just totally ingrained into my carp fishing as kind of like a way of life and a big part of who I am, that the trout fishing that I spent so much of my life focusing to become and do, I just didn't miss it. But I am going to go out and do more because I do enjoy it and I do love it. I currently don't have any plans of actually focusing on any ice fishing this season. Oh, I'm getting another message. Just bear with me. I don't know how long ago that message was sent, but I might have missed it. Thanks, Wayne. You made me lose my train of thought. It happens. Okay. Let's see here. I'm just going to go to the chat and see what you guys are saying because Wayne's distracted me elsewhere. Let me just scroll down. 334 Outdoors. I had a hell of a season. 10 days, over 50 fish. Oh my God. Caught more in 1 month than I did in 2019. Also won my region in CAG Fall Big Four. Excellent. Excellent. Great job. Great for you. Doug, had fun regardless. That's what it's all about. That's what we're doing it for. Dave, I think we would have had more fun if the weather was less favorable and we were less crowded. Definitely being crowded was a bit of an issue this year in a lot of places. Yeah, weather was interesting. I don't know that the weather really played a factor in any problems with my fishing because I fished through all of it. Horrible torrential downpours with incredible thunderstorms. It's not out there publicly yet, but there is a video of me. I got a run during a thunder and lightning storm, and like an idiot, I popped out of the bivvy with an umbrella in my hand so I didn't get wet, and a 12-foot carbon rod in the air playing a fish in a thunder and lightning storm. So the video exists. Don't do it at home. It's not safe. But I should have pulled my rods when that storm started, and I didn't. And yeah, I very easily could have paid for that. So yeah, I don't think the weather really had an impact on my fishing over the course of the year, but I know it did for a lot of people. I know some people struggled with it. Doug, I try to join when I can. Well, when you're here, we appreciate it. Anthony Russell, any long distance adventures on the horizon, John? Yes. I definitely have work I need to do on the house this spring. I got to fix my roof. I got a bit of an issue with my roof on the addition at the back. So I have to really focus on being stingy with my fishing in the spring to get some stuff done around here. But once the stuff is done around here, or at least done to a level that will carry me through a bit of time, I know what Anthony's fishing at here. I'm going to do everything I can to get to Saskatchewan for the 2022 season and fish with Anthony on a lake that he has big plans for, big hopes for. And I've got an incredible level of excitement for this trip. So stay tuned for more on that as it develops. But I'm going to do everything I can to get to Saskatchewan next year. That is going to be a massive trip that we will film for the Anglerphiles. And, it's not going to be that amazing, beautiful, high quality kind of film that Prairie Banks is. I don't do things on that level. But you are going to see people going and having an adventure, hopefully catching some fish, having a great time. That's what the Anglophiles is all about. So that's what that focus is going to be for that trip. And yeah, my wife has already given me the okay. She was leery at first, but when I said the price that I can get plane tickets for, it's like, oh yeah, go. I can seriously do a trip to Saskatchewan for a week and back for less than I can do a trip to the St. Lawrence. So I'm going to be doing that. Oh, okay. So Dave was talking about being less crowded in the weather for the trout session we had yesterday. Yeah, we had people come and basically set up on our shoulders and fish right beside us. But everything I said applies to the carp fishing as well. Wayne Smith, funniest thing I've seen in a long time. I can only assume that you're referring to that thunder and lightning storm video. You laugh, but who's the sucker that came out to hold the umbrella for me while I was netting that fish? It was you. Okay, 334 Outdoors. Also find some new places to try and fish that have potential to be bangers. Absolutely, get at it. One could be an American rainbow. The other is 100 untouched acres close to where I'll be moving soon. An American rainbow. Okay, I'm intrigued. And I know you've done videos before, so get the cameras out. Document that adventure. Give it a try. Excellent. Excellent. I'm glad everybody's had a good season, or at least gotten something good out of their season. Let's all make an effort to make next year even better, or at least on the same level. You know, it's going to be what we make it. So let's make it as amazing as we can. Now, so when I was interrupted earlier by Wayne messaging me over here on this other chat, because he does that, he's a sneaky little Brit. He brought up something that I kind of forgot, not in a way that kind of impedes what I do with it, but it's not something that I thought of to mention. And yeah, I suppose I'll mention it. Obviously, you guys know that I'm quite heavily involved with the Canadian Carp Society, and that's by choice, right? I've chosen to kind of step up and do everything I can to work with the Canadian Carp Society to help it grow and become what it is, as so many members have. The community and the people that have come together to make the Canadian Carp Society what it is nothing short of incredible. It's absolutely incredible, and I'm so grateful to be involved with a group of people that are so passionate about what they're doing, so focused on sharing positivity and helping others. I don't think you're going to find a better carp group anywhere, as far as anglers go. And, you know, I put a lot of work and effort into anything that I do to help out with the Canadian Carp Society, because I feel that I need to. I feel grateful for for being allowed to be part of it and to being allowed to contribute. But I just want to keep pushing what I do to help it out further, because it's just my way of saying thank you. And recently, I was given an opportunity. I was asked, as well as another individual, to step up a little bit and be a little bit more involved with what we're doing with the Canadian Carp Society. So initially there was 2 directors of the Canadian Carp Society, Wayne and Nathan, and you know, just they felt that that I would be of help to them a little bit further if I moved up a little bit in what I did, and I was myself and everybody's favorite dealer, Simon from Carp Kit, we were offered an opportunity to also become directors with Wayne and Nathan in the Canadian Carp Society. So we help out with decision making, planning, you know, organizing of projects, things like that. Yeah, Simon and I both accepted very, very gratefully. You know, it's it's one of those things that, I kind of look at my involvement with the Canadian Carp Society as a part-time job. I was offered an opportunity to help out, to help it grow and help do what I can from my angle to be what it is, with the works of what so many other people are doing and the insane amount of effort that Wayne and Nathan have put into it already. As I said, just being involved with it, I was grateful. And really there's no other way to go beyond that. But then to be offered another opportunity to do more, I couldn't pass that up, and I don't even know how to share my gratitude for that. So, yes, very, very thankfully accepted an opportunity to be a director at the Canadian Carp Society as it goes forward with Wayne and Nathan and Simon. And yeah, it's a little bit emotional for me because I'm so passionate about what the Canadian Carp Society is doing and what it represents and what it means for Canadian carp anglers. This is a massive step, and this group has grown incredibly well. And the focus behind the members and the participation of the members are what's making it what it is. And I really do hope that everybody there sees that it's the effort of the members. So even though there's a few directors, it's everybody that's involved that makes it what it is. And I really hope that continues. But Doug, I hate when people fish right on top of you. Yeah, absolutely. That was a pain in the butt. Anthony Russell, Mary Poppins Fishing Adventures. That's what it was. And Anthony Russell has the master copy of that video. And the only way it's going to end up online is if he releases it. I'm not telling you to, but I'm just saying it exists, and he's the one responsible for that video and evidence that I was swearing under an umbrella in a thunder and lightning storm. So if it goes public, I'm warning you now. If that goes public, you heard me swear in that. I take no responsibility if your children are in earshot. I was having a good time with my friends, and yeah. That was an experience. He's thinking about it. So yeah, lots of news moving forward with the Canadian Carp Society. I don't just promote it because of my involvement with it. I promote it because it's what Canada needs for Canadian carp anglers. Hey, you too. Wayne and Anthony do not need to talk about that video, but I know he has it. I know he has the copy. So if it gets out, it's not my fault. It's not my responsibility. You guys behave yourselves. Yeah, it's the Canadian Carp Society's, it's something that I push because I think we need it. I think Canada has been so far behind the 8 ball. As carp fishing has grown everywhere else for so long, we were so far behind with it really coming to light what we have to offer here. And now that we have this society that can, one, showcase the quality fishing we have to not only Canadian residents, but anglers worldwide, to show the ethics involved, that we're all using as anglers. It's a step above what the trout people are doing, the bass people are doing, the muskie people are doing. And if you look at trout and muskie anglers, for example, those anglers take it very seriously how they protect their fish, how they protect, you've got cradles that guys will put muskie in, they never take them out of the water. Trout guys get them in a net, don't take them out of the water. There's so much care that goes into these specialized groups of anglers in Canada. The fact that people looked at carp so poorly and didn't treat them with the respect for so long, now the Canadian Carp Society can really showcase not only the need for it, but the value in it. Anthony, for example, Anthony and I are going to be talking very soon about an article or a video or something to describe the successful recaptures that we've had heard about and experienced over the course of this season, it blows my mind, just the impact that catch and release fishing can have that I've never really fully seen realized until this year. And I've practiced catch and release my whole life. I've always known it was important, but this season we've had so many recaptures of incredibly quality fish, one of which I caught 2 years apart from the same spot. Blew my mind, absolutely blew my mind. So catch and release works. Everybody knows that, but now we can actually see and document how it works and how well it works, to keep seeing these improvements. I think it's been a long time coming, and now that the Canadian Carp Society is here, it needs to stay, it needs to grow, and we need to continue to help other angling groups realize that we're just like the rest of yous. We're a viable group of anglers that are passionate about our quarry, just like everybody else is. We want to keep taking it to that next level and push forward, and we hope that you guys take your angling the same way. We needed this group, and this group is doing a lot to make sure that carp anglers in Canada have what they need, and that's why I push it. That's why I'm talking about it so much, because it means that much to me. Oh my God, more chats going. How long have we been going for? 1 hour, 11 minutes, 39 seconds. We've been going quite well. Have I stopped to breathe at all? I know I've been talking a lot. That tends to happen. A lot of rambling, not enough beer drinking. Let's see here. The secondary chat has provided me with a little bit more information. Last week, the Canadian Carp Society, having only started in March, has officially hit 150 members. That's fantastic news. Now, some of you might say, well, 150, that's not that much. When you look at the overall group of Canadian carp anglers, we're still a small group. So the fact that we have 150 people that have signed on to participate and engage with this community, and it's growing weekly. We get new members all the time. That's a big deal. 150 members is a big deal. Hopefully by this time next year, we can double that or more. The more carp anglers in Canada that we get on board, the better the community will grow, the more positively the community will grow, and the more ethical involvement we'll see on the bank. 334 outdoors. I recaptured a fish 6 times this year and watched it gain 4 pounds in a month. Holy crap. 4 pounds in a month is a lot. Now that one fish that I had caught in 2019, that I caught again this year, that fish only put on 6 ounces. It went from 28.1 to 28.7 in between captures that I've had it. But the interesting thing is that I caught it 2 years apart from the exact same spot, which is not really a spot. I don't know why the fish hold there, but on a massive body of water. I caught it in the Niagara River. What is the likelihood that I'm going to catch that fish that size in that kind of spot, in the exact same spot 2 years apart? Anthony and I are going to put something together where we talk about that. But that fish had only gained 6 ounces. Anthony caught a fish that I caught 3 weeks later that I think had put on 2.5 pounds in 3 weeks, but it moved 6 kilometers. That's the distance between where we caught it. So, yeah, really, really interesting stuff when it comes to this, catch and release and the results when you see the recaptures. I know recaptures in the UK and Europe are a normal thing. Fish have names, and we've started to do that ourselves. We've started to throw names with them so that we can have something to identify them with. We're starting to keep a catalog in some of our spots, but this is a new concept for us. It's not something that we've really paid attention to in the past, and now we can't help but do it. It's absolutely amazing. Another fish for a third time in 18 months who gained the name Tara Two Balls because she always has a split tail. Tara Two Tails. I read that Tara Two Balls. I was going to say, why doesn't that make sense? It doesn't make sense because I read it and I spoke. This isn't working yet. Tara Two Tails, because she always has a split tail. Awesome. I'm glad to see that you're getting recaptures. I'm definitely, you know what? Hang on a second. I need to fix this problem. This will help me read better, guys. Cheers. This pour will not be the quality pour that I had earlier. We'll say the other beer was a warm-up beer. This is the official birthday beer. I share this with you, Doug. Oh, yeah. Definitely not the same kind of quality pour. A little bit of a half and half there. We'll let that sit for a minute. All right. What else is on my list here? Again, thank you all for joining in and interacting. I really appreciate it. Can't say it enough, but thank you. You know, the fact that you guys are here and interacting is what makes this so much fun for me. And this is, again, I know I keep saying it, but this is why I do the live streams, because when I'm on the bank, I can't do this sort of thing. When I'm on the bank, I'm focused on my fishing. I don't really interact well with others. I'm not a people person. It's tough for me. So to be able to do this in this format, you know, again, I really appreciate it. I sent you the picture on IG. Okay, let's have a look. Which picture did you send me? The Two Tails one? Let's have a look at this. Wow, that is a split tail. That's an identifiable fish. Will the camera pick that up? How bright is that? Can you guys see that, the wicked split in that tail at all? That's serious. Unreal. Nice size fish, though. Oh, and I've got Doug's address here. You know, I'd love to give you Doug's address so we can all send him gifts, but I think that might break some kind of privacy laws. So we won't do that. But now I can make sure that Doug gets his pop-ups. Messages coming in everywhere. Fly Fusion magazine trying to get me to resubscribe. Amazing magazine, very quality magazine. I actually have a copy of it here. I subscribed for 1 year just to check it out. And I will say this. It's probably one of the most beautifully formatted magazines I've ever read. The stories and the information are next level. I will say this. Any fishing magazine out there, this is your model. This is what you should be following. The ads in here are very subtle. I did not renew my second year subscription simply because I haven't put in the time to fly fishing that I want to. But I will at some point resubscribe. By far, the most beautiful and I think most comfortable read, comfortably readable magazine in fishing that I've ever had. So if you guys haven't checked out Fly Fusion and you're into fly fishing, check this magazine out. It is definitely worth it. sent another that might show up better. I think it's the light in the camera screen that's going to screw it up. But let's have a look. Oh, look at that. I open my phone. It automatically opens the carp kit. It's going to be expensive. Instagram messages. Lane. Yeah, I don't know if that'll show up there. I think it's just the brightness. You guys see that? Not well, but yeah, the split in that tail is very obvious even in that blurry photo. So yeah, you can tell that very identifiable fish. I'd love to know when that fish crosses 20 pounds. Absolutely. I hear a child. What are you doing?
An Irish jig.
Why are you doing an Irish jig?
I don't know.
Okay, aren't you supposed to be upstairs?
I know, but I missed you.
Aww. Okay. Get upstairs. Go watch your shows, you wiener.
No.
Well, dude, we're still live. I can't just hang out with you and be a parent and stuff. Tell you what. Okay. Enough. Go upstairs. We're gonna wrap this up soon because everybody's bored of me talking anyways. And you and I have to make lunch.
Yeah.
We don't even know what we're gonna have for birthday lunch.
Yeah.
What are we gonna have?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
Sitting on your lap?
Why?
Because I wanna.
You're 10 years old. You don't need to sit on my lap. I'm old and broken now. You're gonna cripple me. Okay, get your butt upstairs and I'll be up there shortly. Fish is a mid-teen. Yeah. You know what? Keep an eye out. Let me know when that hits 20 pounds. Now that the wiener is going back upstairs, I will let you know we're going to wrap this up very soon because I'm starving and I'm sure he's hungry. So we're going to whip up some birthday lunch and the rest of the afternoon is going to be spent chilling. I'm not going to watch any fishing videos. I say that now, but I probably will. We're just going to watch movies and chill and have a good afternoon. Tomorrow, we're going to be ripping this studio apart. And hopefully by January, we'll have a very different look than comic books and disaster. I haven't been able to put the time into my art that I had hoped for this year. I have filled it with other hobbies and other enjoyable time-spending objectives. So I'm going to have to just tighten this up and put some of this stuff away so I can focus more on the fishing and what we're doing here. I will bring this up. I was talking to Dave yesterday during our birthday session / Christmas special. Earlier in the year, we talked about doing a podcast. It was decided that we're going to do one. As of yet, I've not done it. There's a reason behind it. One, with all these lockdowns and open ups and lockdowns and open ups and not really knowing what's going on, we really just didn't want to start kind of being uncertain. I don't want to do a podcast by myself. The podcast is something that we'd have to do as a team. So Dave and I want to do this together, whether he knows it or not. I don't want to do the podcast without him. And I want us to be able to sit down together and do this, guys. We're not just going to talk about carp fishing. We're going to talk about trout fishing and just fishing overall. The idea is the Anglerphiles podcast that will be coming is just going to be a podcast about fishing and fishing related things in general. So we haven't let go of that idea, but one of the biggest things that has to happen for me to make sure the podcast occurs is that I get this studio into a bit more of a functioning form. I can hide the beer cans. Apparently I can almost knock them over too. But when I've got a couple of drawing tables in here, I've got boxes and boxes of comics and graphic novels and all kinds of art stuff from my days of doing comic book art and conventions and things like that. I just need to find a safe place for all this so I can have a little bit more space in here to put together what we need for this podcast. We need to be able to sit down in one spot and just have a conversation. We'll put a couple cameras on us, just like all these new podcasts that you see, that it's not just an audio thing, but it's also a visual thing. So the plan is the podcast will be filmed and the videos will go up on the Angler Files YouTube channel. The audio content will be, we're going to figure it out, but you know, there's a lot of different audio things that you can listen to them, like Spotify, iTunes. Does that still exist anymore? I don't really care about Apple anymore. But, you know, I go on Spotify, I listen to the Thinking Tackle podcast, the Nash Tackle podcast, Carp Cogs. There was another one that I've been looking at recently, but there's a ton of fishing related podcasts on Spotify. So there's a lot of different venues to put the audio form out. So we're going to do that as well. I know people like it. One of the things that I love about it is that I can listen to these podcasts while I'm driving, because now my phone pairs with my van and I can just link in through Spotify on my van's computer screen, because, you know, that's the way vehicles are now. And I can listen to a podcast while I'm driving to a fishing spot or going on a trip. Lately, I've been doing it before work because I absolutely dread going to work. So the fishing podcasts get me in a better mood to be able to get through my day. So the Angler Files podcast is still in the works. The first big step I have to take is the bomb site behind me. Once we've got this into a situation that I can make it functional, then we're going to work on topics. We're going to work on a format, and hopefully by mid to late spring of 2022, we'll be able to get the podcast up and running. In the meantime, if you really want to see some podcast kind of activity that I'm going to be involved with, there's going to be a lot of upcoming podcasts for the Canadian Carp Society that myself and Ben and Wayne are working on. Canadian Carp Society podcast is one place where you'll be able to see that. It's for members only. So again, if you're not a member, first of all, think of why aren't you a member yet? Because there's no reason not to be. And then just suck it up and join. I don't really have any other way to describe it. Like, if you're a carp angler, I don't care where you live in the world, join the Canadian Carp Society. It's an amazing community. Lots of stuff there. Lots of stuff coming. But yeah, I won't let go of this podcast idea. We're working on it. It's going to happen. And by the looks of things, you guys are looking forward to it. So that's good news. Further reason for me to continue pursuing that. Let's see here. Oh my. Did Nathan catch a fish today? I thought he hung up the rods for the year. It's hard to tell because he's actually standing in his net. But I think Nathan might have caught a fish today. That's good to hear. Nathan from Improved Carp Angling, that's the one I'm talking about. Last year he caught a 30-pounder. Or not last year, last week. How many people have actually caught a 30-pounder in December in Canada? I haven't. I've caught a lot of fish in December in Canada, but never a 30-pounder. So, yeah, that's quite an accomplishment for him. And believe it or not, Nathan from Improved Carp Angling, and I can't say the two names without saying them together because they are one and the same. Nathan's on kind of the same kind of baiting plan, similar baiting plan that what I'm going to be doing next year. So again, you'll hear more of that once we get into the new year. But yeah, him and I are doing a very similar kind of thing when it comes to bait for next year. So again, be ready for January when I'm going to flesh out the idea of this contest, and we are going to give away pop-ups and wafters and hook baits. I need to clean up my shelves and these boxes of baits that I don't know when I'm going to get to. or that I've kind of gone halfway through and I need to get them gone. They're going to you guys. So we're going to come up with that for January. We'll work it out. And then February, we'll announce all the winners. What else we got here? Ontario Carpins joined in. Nice to see you, Galen. Great that you were messaging over here, then followed along over here. Why weren't you here at the start? Should have been here at the start. Oh, Zane's been here from the start. 334 adores. Hey, quiet down. Just play your Switch. He's playing Nintendo over there. Stay over there. Quiet down. We don't need any more noise from the peanut gallery. My current work is 12-hour days of no service to listen to anything, so downloaded podcasts is the only thing to keep my mind occupied. So again, another person like me that needs that content to get through the day. We're working on it. Dave and I are going to flesh out the format a little bit more. It's not going to be a podcast that focuses on guests, guys. I'll let you know that now. We may occasionally have guests, but the idea is the Angler Files podcast is going to be very similar to the videos, where it's really just people enjoying discussion about angling, fishing in general. It won't be focused on carp fishing. That will be a major part of it. But we are also going to talk about trout. We're going to talk about panfish. We're going to talk about, we might talk about bass. I try to get one bass session in a year. But just fishing in general. We all share this pastime. There's a lot of people that fish for different things that do check in on the channel. So we're going to cover a lot of different things. It's not going to be guest driven. It's going to be fishing driven. So if that's the sort of thing that you're up for, it's coming. I just have a lot of work to do before we get there. Where are we at? An hour, 31 minutes, 49 seconds. I'll tell you what, I'm going to open this up right now for the next 2 or 3 minutes. Do any of you guys have anything that you want to ask that I can cover? Because I think I'm about ready to wrap this up and go have lunch with the kid. Maybe some more beer. Do you have root beer upstairs?
I don't think we do. I think we do. Actually, let me check.
No. Okay. You know what? I think we do. So he's got his version of beer. I have my version of beer. We're going to have a good lunch this afternoon. So you guys got 2 or 3 minutes. Do you have any questions for me? Anything that you'd like me to answer? Any suggestions? Any ideas that you'd like me to pursue in the future of the channel? While you're thinking about that and taking the time to type, I will mention that when we did our poll earlier in the year on YouTube, I asked if people wanted more technical stuff, more collaborations, longer videos, things like that. Longer videos and collaborations were the things that won out as far as the most votes. Longer videos will be coming. As I said, I'm going to be doing more campaign ideas. I will be touching on the technical, but it's going to be more of a campaign. So I'm going to take a certain rig or a certain bait. We're going to put some focus into that and see if we can get to that 30-pounder with it. So longer videos are coming. If you want a taste of that, go back a few videos ago to the 3-hour-long Canadian YouTuber social. That was the first one we did. Yes, you were at your Nana's when that happened. Now shut up. So yeah, longer videos are possible. We're gonna have a few more of them. YouTuber social is going to happen again next year, so that is going to occur, and we are going to have more YouTubers there. Collaborations. Obviously, the YouTuber social is a massive collaboration, but from that, also interacting with other anglers in the Canadian Carp Society. The plan will be a lot of collaborations are on the table. I'm going to try to get to Saskatchewan to team up with the Saskatchewan Carp Kings, Anthony over there. So we're going to have a collaboration there. I want to meet up with Galen. I kind of swore off fishing the areas that Galen fishes from ONT Carping. But the underwater fishing videos that Galen has at ONT Carping are better than any underwater footage you're going to see anywhere else. His underwater footage is next level. So we've already talked a little bit about it. Next year, we're going to try and do a session together and get some really good underwater footage, and hopefully learn something too. I will be obviously doing more content with the Canadian Carp Society and other members. I recently filmed a little bit of a project with the Battersby brothers. So any of you guys who kind of live in the Niagara area, if you're part of the carp scene in Niagara, you know who the Battersby brothers are. If you don't, keep your eyes open. These boys are moving up very, very quickly. I do want to do some collaboration sessions with them as well. Team Carp, Paul and I have talked about doing something together. We're going to work on that and come up with something like that. Funny enough, it's been forever since Will and I did anything together, but even Will and I talked about doing something next year. So there's potential of that happening as well. Lots of collaborations coming down the pipe. And I just realized that there's a child standing behind me.
Why? I want to be here since it's the end.
Okay, I see. 334 Outdoors, and I'm a fan of both what won out along with in-depth breakdown things. Perfect. All right. There's no real questions coming in, nothing for me to address. So for the December live stream, again, thank you all. Really, absolutely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for joining in. I really appreciate not only you guys being here to watch, you guys being here to interact, chiming in when you do, interacting with each other. When I see the conversations between you guys, amongst yourselves in the chat, again, that's great. It gives me a chance to kind of see what you guys are talking about. The fact that you guys have supported the channel, thank you. I really, really can't say enough. Wayne is interrupting me again. There's a birthday gift for you in Messenger.
I wasn't in on this, but fine.
He sent me a photo, but a very specific photo.
Are you trying to show it on them?
No, I can't. I can't share it over here. But the video that I mentioned that Wayne and Anthony have a copy of me standing in a thunder and lightning storm with an umbrella, holding a 12-foot carbon rod in the air while I play a fish. He sent me a screenshot of it mid-flash of lightning that looks like it's in the middle of the day. What you guys don't realize is this happened at like 11 o'clock at night and it was pitch black.
Oh, I didn't.
He sent me a photo mid-flash. I look like Mary Poppins. Plain and simple. So hopefully that doesn't get out in the public. If it does, we know who's responsible for it. But again, the great things that have happened this year, one of the best seasons I've ever had, the most interactions with other anglers that I've ever had, the most positive interactions that I've had with other anglers overall. Yes, there was some hiccups and some downsides through the course of the year, but I'll tell you right now, the good times far outweighed the bad. They just helped me realize how much I need to shape things going further. And I want to push forward and continue in that positive light. So hopefully the slight changes and a little bit of a redirection that I take for next year with the channel helps the content be as entertaining or more entertaining to the rest of you. Hopefully the channel continues to grow. Currently, we just passed 1,600 subscribers. Okay, so view-wise, we're still getting a lot of views. The changes that YouTube has done to their algorithm put us in a bit of a slump for a few months there, and it's been a tough year growth-wise with the channel, but that is starting to go on the upswing, and again, that's all because of you guys. So thank you so much. Let's push towards 2,000 subscribers. When we put out a push to reach 1,000, you guys stepped up. You came together. We got 1,000 subscribers. We gave away a rod. We gave away a couple of bite alarms.
I gave away these.
I'm not giving away these. This is Doug's birthday present.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And before the end of this, I would like to say happy birthday to my daddy and happy birthday to Doug.
Well, that was very nice of you.
Yeah. Okay.
Now zip it. See, you interrupted me again, and I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
Okay, let's just wrap on this. Thank you to all of you for everything that you've done to help the Anglophiles continue on going into our 8th year. We started this back in 2014. Here we are, 2021, about to pass into 2022, and I have loved every minute of it. And again, the good has far outweighed the bad. So even though there's times that I've been down and frustrated, and even some of you guys in the videos or in the live streams, you've seen a little bit of that. You guys, and all of you subscribers, you viewers, those of you that interact in the chat month after month after month. As much as I do these videos for me and to help keep me out of depression and keep me focused and targeting the things that I love to do, you guys have made this very much about you as about me, and I appreciate that. Thank you. If it wasn't for you guys, I might have given up, and I don't want to. So thank you again. I just can't thank you guys enough for giving me a reason to continue on with this. January, we're going to have a contest. We're going to do a giveaway. We're going to give away a buttload of pop-ups and hook baits and stuff like that. Like I said, some will be full, some will be half full, but we're going to have a bunch of people win hook baits. I just need to go through, figure out how many we have. Maybe this will relate to some sort of push towards 2,000 subscribers. We'll see, but we're going to come up with the contest in January, and in February's live stream, we will announce the winners, and we will go from there. So something to look forward to. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year to all of you.
Merry Christmas.
Stay tuned on Christmas Day for the next video release, the birthday session between Dave and I fishing trout in the Niagara Whirlpool. The kid and I are going to go have some lunch because now he's starting to get on my nerves.
I'm hugging you.
Thank you all. We're going to wrap this up now. We'll see you in January.